Victims of the January fires are frustrated with State Farm, and they're finally getting some help.
For months, they've been accusing State Farm of delaying, denying, or underpaying claims. Now, LA County is looking into those accusations.
And CBS LA's Pozen is live in Altadena now with that investigation and pushback tonight from State Farm. Lauren?
Absolutely, Pat. You know, fire victims from both the Eaton and the Palisades fires say they feel absolutely abandoned by State Farm, and they really hope that this is the first step, this investigation, into some accountability.
The whole statement of like a good neighbor is not one that's true. State Farm is not a good neighbor.
Priscilla Hernandez says her home survived the Eaton fire flames, but not the fallout. Structural damage and toxic ash left it unsafe. She says State Farm has made the claims process a nightmare.
The State Farm has delayed. We have multiple adjusters, and so therefore your conversations have to start all over again. You feel like you have to begin from the beginning.
Another neighbor with State Farm, who even hired a public adjuster, says she's facing similar roadblocks too.
We're coming up on a year now, and it's like it's drips and drabs. You have to justify every single thing just to get what you are entitled to, in my opinion, because that's what I paid for. So it's just, that's been the most irritating part of it.
LA County says it's now investigating the state's largest home insurer, demanding records to check for unfair practices affecting hundreds of Eaton and Palisades fire victims.
We're hoping they'll come to us in good faith and work on it, as well as try to address any issues that come up, where they can, try to expedite some of the benefits to the community to get them back in their homes.
In a statement, State Farm says the goals of this investigation are unclear, but what is clear is that it will be another distraction from our ongoing work in California to help our customers recover from this tragedy. State Farm is committed to paying customers what they're owed. State Farm says it's received more than 13,500 claims and paid nearly $5 billion to January fire victims. But for many, the devastation isn't over. They're still struggling to survive almost a year later.
I think that State Farm could do the right thing and to ensure that we can truly have families back where they should be, and that's in the home.
Now, LA County isn't the only microscope that State Farm is under. You might remember back in June, the Department of Insurance launched what's called a review after similar complaints. Reporting live in Altadena, Pozen, CBS LA.